Hello everybody and welcome to the final video of this tutorial, An Educator's Guide to Discord. This is video 6, Data Usage and Privacy. So, like we mentioned before in moderation and supervision, it is highly recommended that you post a summary of your community guidelines in your rules channel, because this may look familiar. This was all mentioned in moderation and supervision, but when it comes to private policy and data usage, having this information out in the open for your students to read and visualize is very key to keeping them safe and make sure that they're using Discord properly. However, there are a few small things to consider when setting up a server for your classroom. And these are mostly more or less related to privacy, right? So Discord requires an email. In other words, are you certain your students are comfortable using your email to sign up for another service? Maybe students might not like disseminating their school email. You need to keep that in mind if you're going to set up a student hub. Things like that, especially because when we think about our students, they have to be over the age of 13 to use Discord, but some of them being in middle school or high school, they may not be 18. They still may be minors, right? So Discord, too, may be really unfamiliar for parents and guardians. And parental controls on devices may accidentally limit student usage by their parents, because after all, Discord is a social media website. So parents not really knowing a lot about Discord might have parental controls set on their device, and if you put your classroom on here, bam, your student can't access their classroom now. So that is actually a true story, and the reason why I mention that is because that is super stressful for a student to think that they can access their class. They go home and, oh my gosh, now I can't load into my class. If you are assigning things, you got to make sure your students have continuous access to this server, right? This is a classroom. So another thing on privacy that is super key here is that Discord Terms of Service is very specific to allowing what you see, who can send you messages, who you can send messages to, etc. I linked these before and I'll say it again. Here's the terms of service, here are the community guidelines. Having these in key places for your students to read can prevent your server and your members from being placed under administrative review, right? So with that being said, your data and your usage that Discord does use your data for can be audited at any time, right? So this can be found when you click on user settings. When we click on privacy and safety, scroll all the way down, you can request your data. It'll come in a PDF to your email, and you can see exactly verbatim how Discord used your data. For students really concerned about data usage and privacy, this is very key to maintaining a safe usage of Discord. Another thing to keep in mind if we're to keep our students safe online, especially for our younger students who may have not used something that has wide capabilities for direct messaging, having something set up called Safe Direct Messaging is very instrumental in making sure that our students do not receive outside DMs or messages that they aren't comfortable with. So setting things with Keep Me Safe allows Discord to scan every single message that is sent to someone. If it has spam or a weird link, it will not allow that message to be delivered. And this scans messages from everyone. Friends, non-friends, people who just sign up for Discord, people who have veteran accounts, etc. Everyone. This setting, My Friends Are Nice, scans all your messages except for your friends. So if you friend someone, it means you trust them, right? So it won't look at your messages with your friends. It'll look at people sending you messages that are not your friend. Do not scan is not recommended for students, because this will have a hands-off approach from Discord. Your messages will not be scanned. You could get anything from spam to explicit to violent messages. Not saying that is commonplace, but Discord will not scan that. And so if a student joins a server with a whole bunch of people they don't know and they start getting bad messages, this setting, if it is off, will allow those messages to go through and potentially harm our students. Leaving this setting on, this is how we view servers who are 18 plus. So every server channel that you mark as 18 plus must be, you have to have access to age restricted content. Obviously, if you are doing that in a school setting, you shouldn't be. That setting is strictly for an outside school environment. So, on a clothing note, Discord, or students who use Discord outside of school may not want to change these settings because it may conflict with them being able to friend people in game or have people outside of the game send them friend requests. That is fine, but reiterating to our students that it is not okay to share personal information with anyone, and to not reciprocate messages is key, right? So, with that being said, this ends data usage and privacy. One last thing I want to touch on is that I would like your feedback. So, optional feedback is available here. This has a couple questions like, what questions do you have for me? How can I improve this tutorial? Is there anything I missed? Are there things that I should have mentioned more related to Discord Nitro or privacy, etc.? If you want help building a server, contact me, etc. Your post-tutorial questions are directly connected to your pre-tutorial questions, right? So I strongly encourage you to take those questions. It helps me gauge where you're at. It helps you yourself really reflect on everything I've just lectured to you about. The 3 questions are, if you're setting up a Discord server, what's the most helpful tools that you'll be using? What's one thing you've learned? And how do you plan keeping the moderation of student behavior consistent, right? So if you have questions on that last one, I highly recommend checking out video 3. But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for listening. This has been an Educator's Guide to Discord. If you'd like to join this Discord server to see what's up and click through and see what I have here, here is the Discord link. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all. This has been an Educator's Guide to Discord tutorial. Thanks!